Okay, so how do we get rich then? Right, here is the plan. We take $10,000, we invest them in mutual funds, we hope that it does well, then we do nothing. Maybe travel around and collect capital gains, which gives us $5,000 in 5 years. Then we go to a beach and enjoy life. 10,000 in cash that we don't have? Right. How about this? We invest $150 every month in mutual funds, hope it does well, and then we do nothing except wait until we collect $2,000 in 5 years. Then we travel around, maybe to a beach, and enjoy life. 2,000, 5 years, we cannot buy even an iPhone. We invest $150 in ourselves every month, we read some books and some courses, and every few years we increase our salary. In 5 years we double our income, then we travel around, go to a beach and enjoy life. When we moved to Norway 11 years ago, I struggled to find more work. My son was just born and my wife couldn't find a permanent job, so we sat in the kitchen and discussed what to do. I always wanted to invest, but we were in debt for many years, so no extra money for investing. But I did invest about $12 and I managed to double my salary in a few years and triple my ego, which is more important. I will talk about how, but first I wonder if we use $150 to invest in our knowledge. How much money exactly can we get in 5 years? Could be double our salary? Let's look at the whiteboard. It has to be more than $1,000 a year. It just has to be. If we look only in these three areas, skills, time and ego, and I will explain what ego is, how can we double our income? Well, to be paid for anything, we need to solve some problems people might have. So we need some skills, right? How can we get skills faster? We could pay for help and guidance, and that's basically what school is. So we could get a school, so buy a book from some experts and gain their access to someone's whole life work for 20 or 30 bucks. So we can buy resources of knowledge, right? And here we have what I like to call the technical skills, which is some technology we could Google for free, for sure. But any decent book or course will save us multiple hours of researching and understanding difficult concepts, especially my courses. So time is money, and that Googling has a cost. So buy courses or books on some topics, and that can A, speed up progress because everything is curated and compiled in a single flow, same instructor, so we know what to expect, and B, when we pay for something we are actually more likely to commit to it and actually dedicate the time to finish it. Or we could also buy some membership to some sites that have, for example, common interview questions and problems. But more important than technical skills, I believe, are personal skills. The tech skills cover a very focused area, which is important, but soft skills, they help us with pretty much everything in life. When you call an electrician, a good one will fix your problem and can explain why the problem happened, how to prevent it next time, can also communicate how long the reparation will take, what is the cost, etc, etc. So, communication, time management, negotiation, and even writing and reading, those are all the things that help us. If we read faster, communicate better, if we write better, we save time and energy every day. This all adds up both in time and new possibilities that come our way because people like working with articulated people. It is easier to teach an engineer to code if he wants to than it is to speak if he doesn't want to. Speaking of speaking, buy books on how to communicate with people, how to talk to people, how to present yourself, how to sell yourself. All those skills helped me when we moved here to Norway, but also on everyday work. But not knowing local language, customs and traditions, it helped a lot to be able to communicate efficiently, to know when to ask questions, also know when to shut up and listen. But that is a lot of money spent on books. I can buy better things for that money, you might say. How much would you pay for an advice, for example, for Neil deGrasse Tyson, or someone you really admired, like Einstein, for example? And how would that advice change your life and change your career? How would it affect you? Well, that is their book. It's not an expense, it's an investment. Investing means allocating money in an asset with the expectation that you will profit from it over time. This is one of the first books I bought on self-development, and it has helped me countless of times in my life, and I believe it made me a bit better person. It is old, but it has practical examples on how to apply specific tricks in communication, negotiation, and behavior. You can also buy digital alternatives like Storybook, Skillshare, Masterclass, Udemy, applicableprogramming.com. This is also a great book, Atomic Habits. It helped me find a lot of extra time in my life for all of my extra activities. And speaking of time, you probably do not have the time to read all these books and courses anyway, right? And that is true. Nobody has time to do anything. We just prioritize to do one thing over another. I am working full-time, studying full-time, I'm making courses, I drive motorcycles around. I started writing a new book and I have way too many hobbies, and somehow I still manage to be a father and a husband and a friend to very few people. I'm making a full course on how to find time while working, so subscribe to hear more about it. Back to the studio. But here is how to buy time. Buy a course on fast typing and use it for just 10 minutes a day for a few months. You will benefit from it for the rest of your life. Did I just say you can buy time? You cannot buy time. Not your own time, but you can buy somebody else's time. It's a simple math. For example, buying groceries takes you 1 hour, right? If you earn, say, 30 bucks per hour, and then you pay somebody a 15 bucks to deliver the food for you, buy groceries and deliver it to your home, that means that 30 minutes while you're working, you can now get 1 hour free at home, so that you don't have to buy groceries. So you get half an hour for free. Not a bad deal. Buy services that free up your time. We order pre-measured and pre-organized meals and they're delivered at our home, and they're actually cheaper than going to the groceries and buying food there. I get at least 2 hours a week free time only on grocery shopping, which I then use to make these videos. And you can also pay somebody to, say, wash your apartment. Or you can get a robot cleaner to do that for you. You can also get your to-dos in order. Buy some to-do applications or maybe some to-do books and get organized. I personally use Todoist and I'm exploring AnyDo now, and it will remind me when time comes to do something important, so I save time and money by not forgetting my tasks, increasing my reliability and preventing consequences of forgetting something really important. Besides buying time, you can also use money to remove friction by actually buying some gadgets or something that will help you get more done. For example, buy an extra pair of headphones and put them in your jacket and use them only specifically for listening to audiobooks if that will help you. Maybe buy some ebook reader if you think that will help you to read more. Or if you're taking notes, then buy a Remarkable tablet or an extra tablet or even an extra laptop. I personally do not use Apple professionally, but I have one Apple Air because it's just so awesome for note-taking. I just open it, take my notes. It's the most expensive note-taking device, but it removes a lot of frictions since I'm quite lazy person. Because we have just only so much time on this world and we have to be very intentionally on how we use it. But I don't want to become a robot and spend every second of my time reading and learning. I hear you say. It's just not worth it. I hear you say. Don't worry, I got you covered. It turns out the money can actually buy you happiness, or at least boost your ego, and if your ego is high, you have more energy and you will get more out of your time. 1 hour while you are tense and miserable is not the same as 1 hour when you are all happy and motivated and relaxed. Or get a massage like this, or find something else that relaxes you. Especially before important meeting or an interview. This will get you relaxed, you will be more focused, more confident and most likely do better on the interview itself. Hell, even get a mini vacation that will get your thoughts in order, it will recharge your energy and probably positivity. Unless you're a natural douchebag, then pretty much nothing else helps. If you're feeling productive while you're traveling, just buy yourself airplane ticket and do your work in the airplane, or maybe a train ticket because that's much more affordable, or maybe even a helicopter if that is your thing. Or go to a spa and just think about your life. You've heard that people get the best ideas in shower. Well, it is true. But all that relaxation makes you lazy and you just stop learning. You just lose your motivation too fast. Again, I got you covered. Money can buy inspiration and all you need is a carrot. And you would hold your carrot in front of your nose and it will keep your ego focused in the right direction. When my son was born, I was terrified. I couldn't sleep at night. Several times he and I both cried together in the middle of the night. Becoming a parent means it's not all about you. You have to deliver for others. Others depend on you. And I realized how serious that is.
My wife and I were sitting in the kitchen and discussing our options on how to make more money. We even discussed going back to Serbia, throwing away several years invested here in Norway. I only knew PHP back then and there was just not much work for me, so there were not many options for us. We could either starve or I could just work with WordPress. And I basically had no choice. I could not put my family through any more shame and misery, so we had to starve. But then I started learning Angular from an Udemy course, and for 12 bucks I got at least 5 times more job offers than before. And since I didn't have much free time with a baby, that course was actually a huge time saver. And I still regret not purchasing more books and more courses sooner.
I thought courses were practically a scam, somebody just wanting my money for free things. My entire life I was struggling financially, so I always focused on saving as much as possible, never using money on something that exists for free. I never thought that so little money would save me so much time in the end and pay for itself in so many times. I thought that investing only means buying stocks or houses or something like that, and never thought about investing in saving time or investing in myself.
You can, for example, find something that you would really like to own or to experience, some vacation or some car or something, and print it out on a wall and then subscribe to email notifications so that you are constantly reminded why are you doing all these things. That way, when you get some paycheck with extra money, you can just buy that without any worries about it. Or you can just buy something stupid that you would never buy from your salary money, like a camera or a phone or a new laptop or whatever you might have. Or you can just rent a stupidly expensive car or rent a motorcycle, something that you always wanted to try. And that does something to your brain, because once you get back to your regular Honda or regular car that you have, there is always that experience that you know that there is something better that works miracles for me. Anyway, just understand that motivation doesn't come by its own. It's mainly produced by the work that we put into something. So in order to be motivated, you need first to put up the work and then to experience progress, and from that progress you will get motivated. It's not the other way around, so it doesn't make sense to just wait for motivation. However, if all that investment gets us about, say, 20% of time saved or 20% of skills improved, efficiency, right? We should be able to, say, with a bit of negotiation skills, get our salary to 10 or maybe 15% improvement. So if the average salary is $30,000, that means that we could get probably $5,000 salary increase, and that will come to our paycheck every year. That is much more than $1,000 or $2,000 a year from stock or bonds. And we do not need $10,000 cash. And we can negotiate salary every few years. So we can invest in some company or a fund that we have no control over and hope that they will earn the money for us, or we can invest in ourselves and benefit from our own skills for the rest of our lives. This strategy works even if the market crashes, because skilled people are always needed and no one can ever take our skills from us. Here are 6 things I wish I knew when I started programming.